All right, this last week I had some leftover chickpeas from the Instapot. Oh, love my Instapot, don't you? Do you have an Instapot? If you don't, you should get one because they're awesome. Okay, I have already filmed how to make chickpeas in the Instapot. If you'll go over and look under my pressure cooking playlist, you will find it there. Okay, so I had these leftover chickpeas, and I instantly thought of Michelle. Michelle had asked me weeks ago if I would help her find some snack recipes, and Michelle, that request is still on my to-do list. I'm so sorry that I have not, followed through on that faster. Please forgive me. I don't know if you want to try these or not. I've never made crispy chickpeas before. This recipe is coming from Heather Crosby's new cookbook, Yum Universe. I did a cookbook review on it several weeks ago. If you'll look in the cookbook reviews playlist, you'll find it there because that's the newest one in that playlist. Let's just jump right into this. The ingredients for the recipe are going to be at the very end of the video. Here's the 3 cups of chickpeas that I drained off, and I just put those in a big large pot. Now, Heather's recipe called for oil to help the spices to stick to the garbanzo beans, but if y'all know me, I try to avoid oil as much as I can. I'm not completely oil-free in my life, but I limit it every opportunity I can. So the only thing that's going to help these the spices stick to these chickpeas will be the lime juice, the 2 teaspoons of lime juice, and what moisture already exists on the chickpeas, okay? So I was just kind of winging it from there. You give all the spices a good toss. Now, the spice blend is not very exciting. I'll tell you right now, I didn't think there was enough salt. I didn't know that then. I didn't know it right this point because I'm trying to go by the recipe. But at the end, I was like, eh. Okay, and then here's my other weapon. Because I was because I'm going oil-free, I thought, if I put the chickpeas directly on the pan, all the spices are going to fall off if I try to stir them around. So I got out my little oven crisper sheet that my aunt gave me a couple of years ago. She got it off the QVC shopping channel website. She bought, it was you had to buy 2, and she only needed 1, and she gave me the other one. And I love this thing. It makes everything crispy, whatever you put on it. Now look how good I am. Watch me. Oh, look at it. Oh, yeah, I am good. Look at that. I didn't even drop a chickpea. Hoo-hoo. Okay, so here I'm just putting it in a 375-degree oven, and then we're going to bake these chickpeas for 50 minutes. That's what Heather said to do. And I'm just kind of trying to spread them out on the cook sheet, on the crisper. All right, 50 minutes later, I'm going to pull these babies out. And the smell's great. I mean, the spices come through, and it makes the house smell really good. Be sure to let the heat escape from the oven before you stick your head in it. Oh, there, one did fall. Yeah, 1. Easy does it. Easy does it. Oh, is she going to drop it? Is she going to spill it? She could. Oh, I'm so good. Okay, when they first come out of the oven, they look crispy, just like the recipe says. Crispy chickpeas, here they are. They've got because I used that oven crisper sheet, all the spices stuck to the chickpeas. And they have this crispy outside skin, but when you smush on them, they still have a moist center. So I was kind of disappointed that they weren't crunchy. I guess in my mind, they look like corn nuts, and I love corn nuts. So when I bit into them, I was expecting a corn nut crunch, but they're not like that. They're just crispy on the outside, and then they have this tender on the inside. So they look great, don't they? Well, let me tell you, hot out of the oven, they are a good snack. But once they cool, they become really soft, and I was disappointed that they got soft. So my husband liked them. He said, why don't you just throw them back in the oven again? And I said, that's a good idea. So I turned the oven back on, but this time I was thinking more like granola. So I turned the oven on at 300 degrees and just put all the chickpeas back on a cookie sheet because I wasn't worried about the spices falling off. And I just put them directly on a cookie sheet, and then I let them go for a whole hour at 300 degrees. And oh boy, that gave these chickpeas a real crunch. I mean, real crunch. Corn nut crunch. So crunchy that you could hear somebody crunching on them across the way. So my husband, he loved them after that. He said that these were great. He wanted these as a regular snack. So let me just show you. Okay, I actually recorded myself crunching these because these truly are crunchy chickpeas. Check this out. This is a 2-pint jar, and that's all that was left. My husband chowed down. You saw all those chickpeas that were on that crisper sheet? Well, after I got them that crunchy, he started chowing down, and this was all that was left. I told him not to eat these so that I would have something to, to do the crunch demonstration with. So there you go. That shows you just how successful the recipe is. Okay, so here's what I would do different. I would add more salt, and I would certainly add more spice because the paprika was a very mild spice. That's the red stuff that was on there. And there just wasn't enough salt for me. I think they should be saltier. That's all there's to it. Because they're a snack, and I like salty snacks. Don't you? Okay, now, if you've already made crispy chickpeas in the oven and you have like a spice blend that you really like or whatever, I want you to share it with me. I want you to share it with all of us here at Simple Daily Recipes because this is a good recipe and there's so many varieties that I could see happening and that we could all enjoy. All right, I'm going to let y'all go and I'll talk to you more in the comments below. Bye.